You know, it's funny when I first like really dove into this NME article about Nigy Boy, I was just kind of floored by how much he'd already done before like even hitting the international music scene.
Hmm.
It's not just about like a talented 23-year-old dancehall artist from Jamaica. It's way more.
Yeah, no, totally. It's kind of amazing how, for me, it's like Nicky Boy's early life. You can just like
Yeah.
see how that really shaped how he looks at things now. Like just imagine you're born blind.
Hmm.
And not only that, like no one even thought he was going to make it past infancy.
Oh, wow.
And you're in this town where if you're blind, there's just not a lot of resources, right? And he not only just like loved school, but he found this like deep passion for music. It's amazing.
It is. It really makes you think about how those early challenges, growing up like that, how that affected the way he makes music now. Like how it even like, makes him think about performing.
Yeah, for sure. It's got to be totally different, right? Because think about it. Most artists, they lean super hard on all the visual stuff, how it looks on stage, the lights. But someone who's never even seen that, the stage or the lights, another performer even. I mean, Nicky Boy has had to like rethink music from the ground up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like he's working with a totally different idea of what's visual when he puts on a show.
Totally. And it's even like more wild when you think about how he actually got into dancehall, how he broke through. Have you ever heard of this thing? It's called Juggling Rhythms.
I got to be honest, I hadn't really gone down that rabbit hole, juggling rhythms, before this article. So yeah, I'm all ears. Tell me everything.
Okay, so it's actually really interesting. The way it works is producers, they build these instrumentals and they're called rhythms. And it's almost like anyone can then grab that same rhythm
Uh-huh.
and then like vocalists, they all compete who can make the best song over it, right? It's like this, I don't know, pressure cooker for these new artists trying to like make a name.
Oh, wow. So it's like, it's not even enough to just be a good singer. You got to be able to like go head to head with everyone else using the same music.
Exactly. And just think about some of the like crazy huge hits that came from this whole rhythm thing.
Yeah.
Rihanna's Pond de Replay,
All right.
Sean Paul's Get Busy.
Yeah.
Those both started as rhythm challenges. Like that's where they were born. So when you have Nicky Boy, he uploads his song Continent on, of all places, Instagram,
Right.
using Orvisian's Duddy Money Rhythm. He was walking into a whole thing.
Yeah, and not just anything. It's like a huge deal. Like you got to have serious talent, serious creativity
Yeah.
to even try that.
Exactly.
But then, not only that, his song goes viral, like crazy viral. Was it over 15 million
It's
views?
15 million at least.
And on top of that, Orvisian himself hears it. Like that's got to be such a huge deal for any musician, let alone someone who's, just starting out.
It's huge. I think it shows you how strong his music is, that it can connect with so many people across all kinds of boundaries.
Yeah.
But it also makes how he performs even more, I don't know, fascinating. Like the article talks about his show at Reggae Sumfest in Jamaica. It was this whole extraterrestrial theme.
Okay.
Giant dancing robot.
Incredibly like ambitious and visual.
Oh, for sure. And that's what I'm wondering. Like, if you're a blind artist, how do you even begin to wrap your head around a performance that's so focused on what it looks like?
Well, that's what's so cool about it, I think. It becomes this whole team effort.
Ah,
He's not out there just doing his own thing, right?
Right.
He's got this whole team, his DJs, management, everyone's throwing out ideas and, contributing to make this crazy sensory experience.
So instead of being limited by, not being able to see, he actually uses that to kind of redefine what a visual performance even means. Right. And he's having a blast doing it. Like he even jokes in the article, I am an alien. Like, I show up, do my thing, and then I disappear to some other planet.
I love that.
It's so good. And it really highlights something important about him. He's not just like some story about beating the odds. This is a guy who takes his experiences, even the hard ones, and turns them into art. He pushes what people expect, and then he just brings everybody along for the ride. It's great.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And like there's this other side to him that really got me, this whole like need to push, to not be put in a box. And it's not just with music, it's like why he's getting this law degree too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I got to say, when I saw that, I thought, okay, maybe that's like the practical side of him, just in case. But in the article, it's so clear. This law thing, it's another passion. It's deep for him.
It totally is. There's even a part where he says, like, straight up, they are both passions of mine, talking about music and law. And that's what got me, It's not like he has to choose. It's like he sees all these different ways he can have an impact, and maybe those passions, they can even work together somehow.
So it's not just about, becoming a lawyer. It's about this other side of him, another way to like make the world a better place. Did they talk about what got him interested in law at all?
Yeah, they do. It goes back to growing up. Like he talks about being surrounded by, violence, all these problems that just don't go away.
Hmm.
And he saw how easy it was, especially for young people, to just get stuck, caught in that cycle, of things never really getting better. You can tell it left a mark on him.
Wow. Yeah, that adds a whole other level to his music,
Yeah.
knowing that those experiences are part of what makes him want to fight for change.
Exactly. And like he never comes out and says, my music is about all this.
Yeah.
It's not like that. But you can tell his wanting to be a lawyer, it shapes how he sees the world. And that, of course, changes how his art comes out.
It's like you hear his songs differently now, knowing that behind all that energy, the beats, all that, there's this like depth of experience and this real drive to make things better. But I'm wondering,
Yeah.
does he see music and law as like two separate paths, or is there a way he hopes to connect those passions down the road?
That's what I think is really interesting.
Yeah.
Because he says he wants to be a guiding light for young people who feel lost. And that could mean so many things. Like he could easily use his music, his platform, to shine a light on issues he cares about, speak up for things that matter to him.
Totally. But it also seems like he knows that music, it means different things to different people.
Oh, yeah, he definitely gets that. It's not like every song has to be a protest anthem or something.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to escape,
Yeah.
find some joy, have an experience that takes you out of everything for a little bit. And he's really firm on that. Like, he doesn't want to limit himself.
Okay.
He wants to try different sounds, different themes, and just connect with as many people as possible through music.
It's cool, how aware he is of that. Like he's not trying to give everyone all the answers
Yeah.
or put himself in a box, you know what I mean? He's just out there being him, going after what he loves with this like crazy drive and letting all of that, like his experiences come out in his music and everything he does.
Totally. And that whole journey, right? Like staying true to who he is, even with all these, I don't know, obstacles. It's super inspiring, honestly. There's a part in the article, he says, it's like diamonds are formed under a crazy amount of pressure.
Hmm.
That one really stuck with me.
Yeah, it's such a like powerful way to think about his life, It's not like he's ignoring the hard parts. The pressure to prove everyone wrong, figuring out the world without being able to see it. He owns it. Like he uses it all to, I don't know, to grow, to create something new.
And what's wild is it's not just some like motivational poster quote for him,
Well, right.
You can hear it, how real it is in the music. And how he talks about being a lawyer. That drive to push, to change how people see things.
Yeah, it makes you realize being strong, it's not about like having it easy, right?
Yeah.
It's about finding a way to keep going, keep moving, even when everything's hard.
Yeah.
And isn't that something we can all relate to, no matter what our lives are like?
Totally. I mean, we all have those moments. Personal stuff, chasing a dream that seems impossible, or just like dealing with life. I think Nigy Boy's story reminds us we can handle way more than we think we can.
It's true. It's like this reminder that everything we go through, even the bad stuff, it can shape us, like in amazing ways if we let it. Finding the strength to turn those tough times into chances to grow, be creative, make a difference.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like in our own little world.
And, maybe as you go through your day, Nigy Boy's story will make you think, what are the diamonds you're shaping under pressure right now in your own life? Like, what are you passionate about? What are you pushing for? And what kind of mark do you want to leave?
That's a great question. So there you have it, our deep dive into this incredible artist, Nigy Boy. It's a story about turning like the hard stuff into strength, turning passion into, I don't know, something real, and showing that sometimes it's the most unexpected journeys that lead to the coolest places.